Hello there, and thank you so much for joining us. This is Business Nigeria. These are the stories we are tracking for you at this time. President Bola Tinubu directs FEC committee to crash food prices. Federal government says Nigeria on the path to achieving sustainable power supply. European Union ministers call for implementation of U.S. trade deals, outline priorities. Well, let's dive deep into our commodities market, as always, this afternoon. And we'll start with gold. Gold is trading today at $3,664.30 for an ounce, while silver sells for $41.44. Copper goes for $461.50. Platinum sells for $1,383.55. Well, let's see the change in all of these commodities. Gold is negative 17.70, silver negative 0.16, copper is negative 0.30, while platinum is negative 10.25. Let's see the percentage change from gold down to platinum. 0.48% in negative, silver is 0.40 in negative, while copper is 0.06. That's in negative percent. Platinum is 0.74 negative, also in red. All of the commodities on this chart today are trading in red. This is not very good for the commodities space. But on the flip side, corn, wheat, cocoa, and cotton bouncing back, and all of these commodities are trading in green this afternoon. Let's start with corn, 0.42% in positive, selling for $418.75 per metric ton. Wheat is $515.50 for a metric ton of that commodity, while cocoa is $7,468 per metric ton. Cocoa is gradually bouncing back, but not as well as it used to sell in the commodities market space. Cotton $66.72, positive 0.08%. Let's see the change. The change in cocoa is 73, that's positive 73.00, while wheat is positive 0.50, corn is positive 1.75, while cotton is positive 0.05. To the global market space now, MSCI's Global Stocks Index advanced today, hitting a record high, while the Treasury yields touched their lowest level since April after softer than expected U.S. inflation data boosted hopes for Federal Reserve's interest rate cuts. Now, on Wall Street, let's start with the S&P 500 futures, and it hit 0.30% in positive, and closing the round after the PPI data. The S&P 500 rose 0.30%, and the Nasdaq Composite Index also followed the course and is positive 0.03%. The Dow Jones Industrial Average fell 0.48% back into red, while the MSCI's gauge of stocks across the globe rose 0.28% in green after hitting a record high. Earlier, the Pan-European Stock 600 Index closed down 0.02%, while Poland's Blue Chip Index fell about 0.9%, underperforming other regional European markets. All right, crude oil prices retreated slightly as worries over softening U.S. demand and broad oversupply risk, but losses were limited by concerns over attack in the Middle East and Russian war in Ukraine. U.S. West Texas Intermediate crude rose to $63.57, down 0.16%. Brent sells for $67.41, down 0.12%. Bonnie Light sells for $78.62, down 2.84%, while for the OPEC basket, dealers offer $69.88 with a margin of 0.74% in positive. A sustained dip in the global price of key Nigerian crude oil grades is triggering significant concerns about the nation's ability to fund its 2024 budget, according to economic analysts and government officials. The federal government's financial